From the studios of Foxboro Cable Access, located in the center of Foxborough, Massachusetts, you are watching Around Foxborough.
Hi, I'm Steve Uden. I'm in for Jury Love, and she's out on a adventure that she's regularly doing. This is Around Foxborough, and I'm pleased to be here, and I would like to welcome Foxborough's Veteran Affairs Director, Ali Rodriguez. Hello.
Hi.
It's great to see
How are
you.
you? It's so good to see you. I'm so glad to be here.
We're both smiling because we know each other from time to time in passing, and I'm personally very grateful for Ali helping me out with a veteran's family matter when we had to memorialize my uncle's death by getting a flag, and I was very grateful for that. And I'd like to thank you for that, just as a personal matter. You're here because coming up in November, on the 11th, 4 Sticks, I think we'd call it, 11/11, our Veterans Day program is going to have the American Bombshell Singers,
Yes.
who are a incredible group of 3 women, and their musical team. And maybe, oh, look at that, we have it right there, and we'll probably have, we will have more information on how to attend this, because if I could talk about that first, I'd love for you to tell us and our friends at home what it is and why we should come, and how wonderful it will be for matters of the heart and even the soul as their music treats us.
Sure. So the American Bombshells, they travel the country. They've been on Good Morning America and all the morning talk shows, and they are a 1940s style group. And they kind of mimic the Anderson sisters.
Yeah, the Andrews sisters, sure.
Yep.
The Bing Crosby and the Andrews sisters
and
type
they are
thing.
so good. And you can see they have the whole costume, the whole getup. They are professional singers. They are actresses. I saw them live during the Medic Now Foundation fundraiser way back in the day. It was before I even started working for Foxborough, and I said, man, these gals are awesome.
Wow.
And after the show, they were out signing autographs, and I said, hey, would you mind if I take a photo? And they posed me, so I looked like I was one of the group, and it was fantastic.
Cool.
I'm like, I love these gals.
Yeah.
And it just so happens, fast forward a bunch of years, here I am. I called them up. I'm like, hey, listen, I saw you guys live. This is who I am. This is what I do. I need you guys in Foxborough.
Oh,
and she
terrific.
says, give me a couple of weeks, let me see what I can do. I don't really have any girls in your area. I will try to make it happen. And I'm like, oh please, oh please, oh please, oh please. She calls me on my birthday and says, I got you 3 girls. And I whooped. I was so excited. So they are coming. It might not be these 3 ladies, but it is 3 ladies that are coming, and they're putting on an hour show. Music and singing and dancing.
At the high school?
At the high school.
In the auditorium, you think?
Correct. Yep, and they are family friendly. I know the name kind of sounds a little, but they are completely family friendly. It is a clean show, and our guest speaker that day is Silver Star recipient Jonathan Hill. Now, you might not know the name, but you definitely know his story. So the movie The Outpost and the book The Outpost is about him and his men. 2 Medal of Honor recipients came out of that battle of Outpost Keating in Afghanistan, and now the Army teaches as a what not to do as leadership. It's an incredible story, and it's an incredible movie. And First Sergeant Jonathan Hill is a stand-up guy. I met him in Texas when I was in training, and I didn't know who he was because now he's got a big old beard. And we got to talking, and some of the things he was saying, I was like, wait a minute, are you First Sergeant Hill? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And I was starstruck, and the 3 of us, his girl was there, Johnny, and we became really good friends. And I said, listen, I need a huge favor. Would you be willing to speak at my Veterans Day event? He's like, anything for you, kiddo. And I'm like, kiddo, okay.
All right.
So he'll be here at the Bombshells. This is absolutely probably will be one of the best shows that I have ever put together. I have worked so hard to get both of them to come. And it just would be a shame to have an empty auditorium, like Foxborough is so good. They're so patriotic. I love the citizens in this town. The sound is so good to me. And I just think that it would be a wonderful day I mean, most people have Veterans Day off anyway. You're not doing anything. Come out, enjoy some music, and be entertained. And of course, as always, nobody leaves my shows hungry. The food will be fantastic as well.
I'm wagging my tail already.
So it's a really nice event. I'm going to advertise from now, and I know we're only in September, but the more people that know about it, the better. And
We
kids
should
too,
probably
kids should come.
see if our remarkable public school music program could talk it up, or maybe even have some participation. I don't know.
I haven't even thought about that, but you're absolutely right.
While you're writing that down, you said something that fits right into your role, and whatever the heck is in the water here in Foxborough. In my opinion, you brought this and First Sergeant Hill because you're resourceful. And you didn't have to do that, I imagine, but your resourcefulness with the vibe of Foxborough, always trying to reach out and help and provide good, nice things for each other and our community, again, must be in the water you're drinking at Town Hall, because that's where your office is. You want to tell folks where you are? Maybe we could talk a little bit about the Veterans Department.
Sure.
For those who may not know about it, whether it's veterans themselves, families, or people that have questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So my office is in Town Hall. If you're looking at the beautiful building, my office is the 2 windows right behind the flagpoles. So every day I'm at my desk and I hear the wave flying, and it's just the flag flying. It's amazing.
Yeah, you raised the flag for my uncle before you presented it for me.
I
right
did.
there.
Yep, I did.
It's an honor. Anyway,
Yep.
go on.
So I keep Town Hall hours Monday 8:30 to 4. Tuesdays my late days, we work until 7. Fridays are early days, we're off at 12:30. And not just veterans are welcome in my office, family members too. Students who are thinking about enlisting in the military, especially females and their families. Yeah, like what better resource would you have than, a female who is a veteran, who's lived that life? And with me, both my parents are immigrants, so I'm first generation American. So I didn't have, the military was not an option for me. I was gonna go to school, I was gonna get married, I was gonna have 15 kids, and that was my life. And I said, this isn't for me, I don't want this. Like I wanna serve, like I love this country, look what it's given my parents. And so at 17, I came home one day and I said, Mom, I'm gonna join the Army. And that didn't go over well. And she's like, no, you're not. And I said, yes, I am. And she's like, well, how? I'm not gonna sign the papers. So I waited till I was 18, signed the papers, and like, Mom, I'm leaving. And the rest is history. And it was probably...
So how long did you serve before you got to our veterans office?
So I was on active duty, well, from reserve and active duty, I did 6 years total time. And then I was in Kansas for many, many years. My husband was active duty. We went through a couple of deployments. He was wounded on his last deployment. And then I said, well, you know what? I'm going to go back to school. I was actually on my way to the police academy. I was going to be a law enforcement officer.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yep. Good. I have a degree in cybercrime investigation, and I was putting that to use.
That's heavy duty.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that they didn't tell you about what
valuable.
it is. Yeah. And I loved what I did. And then I was on my way to the police academy. My husband gets injured. He gets blown up, and I said, well, I can't be a police officer and take care of my household. So I went back to school, got another degree, and then moved to Massachusetts in 2014. Was working at a Fortune 100 company, loved what I did. I was the security coordinator, hated corporate America, wasn't for me, and so I left there. And I cried, literally in tears, the entire way to my home. And the next day I went to the Career Center. I said, I'm a veteran, is there anything for me? And somebody said, yep, go talk to the veterans guy. I'm like, all right, so I walk in and talk to the veterans guy. And I said, what do you do? I could do this. You talk to vets all day? And he's like, I actually think you would be really good at it. So next thing you know, I become a DVOP, Disabled Veterans Outreach Program Specialist.
Ah, yes, I read that about you, yes.
Yep, so I went to work in Plymouth at the Plymouth Career Center, did that 2.5 years, loved what I did. I was good at what I did, and the best part was I'd get a phone call, Allie, I got the job. I'm like, yes, and that was it. And then I'm like, well, I want a little more. I want more, I'm not being challenged. Someone says, hey, Foxborough VSO became available, you should apply. And
right,
I said,
Mike Johns, who's remarkable, he's our assistant town manager now.
Correct, and I said, nah, I don't want to work for a municipality. And they said, well, just apply, you never know. And I beat out like 64 other candidates. And
64?
Yeah, and here I am since January 2nd, 2019. Well, I've been the VSO here.
Your resume or pedigree is remarkable. I just wished my car would start this morning, and it did. So kudos to you for all you've done. But we do want to just add a couple things, if you would, before we go back. And we actually hope to have a clip of the singers that we can go to. In fact, maybe we could go to that now before we come back. And then when we come back, we'll wrap things up and say thank you.
Drinking in sunshine, went out of that orange color view. Well, bam, alakazam, oh, I gotta look at you. Oh, look at I timber, watch out for flying glass. 'Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started to shout again. This is it, this is it. I was walking along.
Excellent. Well, there we have it.
They're so good.
We know a taste of what we're going to get.
They're so fun.
But I really want to thank you. You are a paid employee of the town. You're not a formal part of the Veterans Administration. That's how I understand things. But this community and our neighboring communities really, I know, need our human services and our elder care group and our veterans, and they're not the same, but they have the same soul, right? That is, reach out, help where we can. And is there any call you want to give to the community that will say, come see me or come ask me questions? Can you just give us sort of a scope of where you might be able to help, and then we'll wrap things up here in a minute or two.
Yeah, I think why I love my job so much is that it's never the same. Mm-hmm. Every day is different.
And you have a great assistant too.
Oh,
there.
Lauren, she's wonderful.
Yeah, she's
so,
terrific.
Full disclosure, I stole her from the VSO in Middleborough. Jason Cox and I were very good friends, and I said, and when the opportunity became available, I said, Lauren,
yeah, she's
how would you like to work for me? And she jumped on it. And
no, she's part of the spirit in your office.
She's incredible.
So what can you offer people in a broad brush? That's the answer.
What can I offer?
So call Allie's office. Call the Veterans.
508-543-1204.
Oh, we can put that up on the screen, I think. What was the number?
508-543-1204. That
okay,
is my
1204. And
office.
do we have a website, or do we just go to the town website and nurse our way down?
Yep, go to the town website, and where it says departments, go down to veterans, and I'm there. There's some resource guides for mental health. There's how to fill out VA applications, because healthcare and compensation are not the same. I do burial benefits. I do death indemnity compensation.
What about transportation?
So transportation, it is so difficult. I do have a budget or a line item in my budget for transportation. If a veteran needs help getting to the Brockton VA or Providence VA, they can order a cab, and we will pay for it. We have to, there's like so much that has to go into it.
Right, so it's involved, but it may be a possibility.
Right, we do have volunteers. We do have volunteers that will drive veterans.
Lovely, really?
Yep, through Norfolk County. I've been trying so hard, and it's actually not just in Norfolk County, but across the entire Commonwealth, where veterans really struggle with transportation to their medical appointments.
Sure.
And the same thing with housing.
Particularly in the winter.
My legacy, I am trying so hard. One day, God willing, I will have a veterans house built here in Foxborough.
Well,
that is my goal.
I like that. If we could, I loved what you said. I hope people can rewind this and find parts that are useful to them. But we really are talking about, we got to fill that auditorium with all kinds of people here in Foxborough that we're a musical town, so we're going to love the performance. I think that the presentation by First Sergeant Hill will be remarkable. But it will be nice to see this. Do you want to give one last plug? By the way, is there a fee for this? Is there a gate fee to come in?
No, this is
free,
absolutely
my favorite
free.
word.
Absolutely free. If it's free, it's for me,
It's
right?
for me.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah.
No, I have worked just so hard, and it was tons of back and forth. And Jonathan Hill is an incredibly busy man, so the fact that he said I will be there just means the world to me. And the Bombshells, Ali, ALI, who started the nonprofit, she actually pulled 3 girls out of retirement.
No kidding.
Yeah,
so
to
it's
come
a nonprofit
It
as
is
well.
a nonprofit. Yep.
Well, that's terrific.
And they're just so much fun. They're high level, high energy. They're great. It is family
So
friendly.
what, an hour or two show?
So
type
they are
of thing
playing.
all night?
Yep. They will
Okay.
do. They will do 1 hour, and we're gonna have the ceremony. And we'll be presenting the colors. There's gonna be the.
Nice.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna call them out. But the serenading seniors, I have
they're
asked
terrific.
them to sing the national anthem. I am
Maybe
waiting
we
on a
can get them-
response. I am hoping, because they are wonderful as well.
And they'd be a good compliment to our work here at
Exactly.
Foxborough Cable for some time in the future. So November 11th.
At 11 p.m. is when the show starts.
11 in the morning, 11 p.m.
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yep,
I'm
11
sorry. Yeah, 11 p.m. I'm already in my my Foxborough pajamas. But so 11 in the morning at
Yep.
Foxborough High School. We're looking forward to it. Allie, I want to thank you. I wish we had more time. I know that's a cliche on TV, but I really do wish we had more time.
Yeah,
this
me
is
too.
wicked nice.
It's so good to see you. I'm so glad to be here.
I think on behalf of Allie and me and the Veterans Administration, we want to thank you for tuning in. We wish Jury all the best. She's fine, and we'll see her
Good.
back here soon. I do want to thank, of course, everybody for staying with us to watch these shows, and all the good volunteers at Foxboro Cable Access, of which there are many and are largely unseen, but do enormous amounts of work, as well as the philanthropy FCA receives and the commitments from industry that keep this station going. That's it for us right now. Again, Allie,
Easy peasy.
you're wonderful. God bless you all, and I thank you. Goodbye.